is nothing cheerful about it. It's actually very ugly. It is obvious that these Sicilians take a different approach to things. Shemp, he must see this potato creature. I'm having it. I'm going back. Onions are better. Always better. I'm going back. He walks away rubbing the pot, leaving Francesco alone in front of the theater. Big deal. Go eat an onion out and back of the wagon. What do you know from excitement? Exactly nothing. A robot, Frank Zappa as imagined by the editor of a famous rock and roll magazine, emerges from the Thingfish Theater and creaks over to Francesco. I am pleased to see you're so punctual, Francesco. You know my name? Yes, but not much more. I made up the rest. What do you mean? What have you made up? Are you the little devil that has stuck me in this fucking dictionary exposing my bunghole for all eternity to the ravages of academia? Most certainly not. You may be assured that I have no connection whatsoever to the infernal machinery of the American educational establishment. I am Frank Zappa, as imagined by the editor of a famous rock and roll magazine. I am an anachronism who makes the ugliest music on the planet. I have no right to call myself a member of the human race. I am tasteless, untalented, pompous, arrogant, cruel, insensitive, vulgar, and not a fun guy because I don't use drugs. Minchia. You never fucked the Duke of York's girlfriend. He would have had you horsewhipped. You never met a kosher alchemist. You only wrote happy little Dago-sounding string trios and had a dull, boring life playing the cello and kissing ass to Baroque period ticket buyers. I don't seem to remember it that way at all. Are you sure? For centuries I've been convinced that I was imagining myself. No, it is your great misfortune to have me doing it for you. Why a misfortune? In spite of your metallic complexion, you do appear to be some sort of a Zappa. I'll bet there's a happy little Dago-sounding string trio stuffed away in there someplace. All things are possible through concentrated technological ignorance. You're not a very cheerful person, are you? I'm not a person at all. My disposition was manufactured for me in an office in Northern California. Surely that in itself is not a sufficient excuse for an outlook as hostile as the one you display. I'm beginning to resent being related to you. This is America, 1984. There will be no problem providing you with an entire phone book full of corruptible scholars eager to alter the appropriate textbooks for a guarantee of tenure and a gift certificate from Tweeds R Us. Why the fuck would somebody bother to invent something as wretched as you? My God, you're a hateful creature. I'm such a terrific guy. How could you have invented me? I am pure fiction. I am the product of the imaginations of legions of tiny, hateful people. May they burn forever in God's perfect hell, or move to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. What? Never mind. So now that you finally arrived, I have big plans for you. You presume a great deal. Why should I choose to involve myself in these disgusting plans of yours? Because, just as you suspect the presence of a cleverly concealed happy little Dago-sounding string trio somewhere in me, I suspect the presence of a potentially deranged musical mentality lurking somewhere in you. It is my duty to unleash this horrible force, send you back where you came from, and allow you to pollute the musical atmosphere of that wretchedly wimpus period into which you were born. This is truly perverse. What you are suggesting simply reeks of obscurity. Congratulations. What a fiendishly original idea. Frank Zappa, as imagined by the editor of the famous rock and roll magazine, has never had any original ideas. Since what he does is trivial and irrelevant to the American way of life, their absence pleases everyone. Well, somebody had to dream this thing up. Are you trying to tell me there's another one hiding out someplace? Of course, you fool. It would be very amusing for you to meet him. Everyone tells me he's a sick motherfucker who hates everything except sex and music, but he never leaves his laboratory. Hey, no, he sounds like an okay guy. Let's go. I said it might be amusing for you to meet him. I do not say it was possible for you to meet him. What's the problem? We just grab a bottle of wine and drop in on him. You are speaking of a person who is so obscure as to require an improved definition of the clinical terminology. No one ever sees him. Most are convinced he cannot possibly exist. He does, doesn't he? I have been invented by legions of tiny hateful people. I know only what they know.
Great. Thanks. I'm really glad I got a chance to do this. Never done one of these before. It was really a lot of fun. I want to thank Calvin, because I think he did a great job on Francesco. And thanks to Charles for asking me to do it in the first place. And thanks for you guys for showing up. Bye.
A fine piece of art of Michael Scoobs Ruby. selling for $25,000. Earth Girl.